listen to Lost in South Oz. I'm Bridget.
I'm Julie.
And today we're at Mallala.
Yes.
Hello, I thought I would just apologise because in this video I say Mallala incorrectly, and before everyone gets upset with me, please accept my apologies. The name of the town is quite new to me. All it's left is looks like the goods platform.
Kind of, yeah. But there is a crossing loop and it's active.
Yep. That's the stop in for the wagons. They call it again?
Derailer.
Is that a derailleur or is this a switch?
No, I think that's a derailer. I can't tell without having a close look, but I think it's a derailleur.
I think it's both. Oh, it's a derailleur.
I think this is a siding rather than a crossing loop.
Yeah, well, it's the goods siding.
Yep.
It doesn't look like the station's still here.
No.
But there's lots of track where they've pulled it apart.
Oh yeah. And the crane looks in good nick.
Yeah, it does. But this is an active line through here. This is the one that goes across to, I guess, WA, but
it does actually, yeah. Yeah, this is actually your main route.
actually there's not even a good siding here, there's just the crane.
Oh yeah.
But we thought you'd like to see it because there's the mound across the way there. It looks like that's the platform mound. So this one, it looks rather complete, doesn't it? Well, somewhat, doesn't it? It's a slightly different crane like to the ones that they had at I don't know. It looks slightly different in construction to the ones we're used to. But even the hook's still there. I mean, it's stamped 5 tonne. There's a stamp on it saying 5 tonne, and not the plate's missing. So it just, that's what I thought. The plate's missing. And the crank handle's missing.
Oh, okay. It's not active.
Oh, I don't think she's moved in a long time. So the active line is the one in the middle, the one over the other side.
One over the other side.
This one's got the brakes on.
Yeah.
But that sort of looks like what's left of the platform, doesn't it?
It has that look about it.
Let's go for a little bit of a walk. And this is, I think it was called Railway Parade or something, this little road. Sorry?
Railway.
Okay. And it looks, you look at it, they've cleared something off on the surface here, so you could be mistaken for thinking there might have been a goods platform and maybe a shed here, but we don't know. We just come in. We've come in here cold turkey, and you're seeing what we're seeing for the first time. We don't know nothing at this point. Yeah. That does look like the platform.
It's the right size and shape.
Yeah. And then across the way there, you've got like one of those, almost like one of those tank bunker things, you know?
Yes.
Which means that there could have been some infrastructure over there.
And if you look
or sidings.
behind the trees,
Yeah.
wheat silos, there's a wheat loop that's still active.
Yeah, so maybe that's where this siding went over to those.
Yeah, it comes in and loops around, so locos don't have to change ends. And that's still an active loading point.
This looks like it might have been a really big platform or a big railway yard.
In its day, it probably was, based on where Mallala is on the map.
But we'll walk up to the entrance of the goods yard, which is where it starts moving in.
Yeah.
But yeah, but there's really not much. Well, there's nothing left of the goods platform and nothing good left of the passenger platform. But in front of us you can see this goods siding goes all the way down here by the looks of it.
It does. An interesting thing is the properties here have gates on there.
Yep. Well, yeah, if you come back, we'll show them. So the properties having gates on their back fences, this is a public access.
Yeah.
And in South Australia, you very rarely find fences along the railway corridors. You do find them, but in the country areas you don't. So you've really got to use your common sense out here, being that it's an active railway line, and you're going to have things like, what would you have the which would you have coming through here, the Indian or the Ghan?
Oh, both.
You have both coming through here, and they'd basically be going flat chat.
Flat chat. Yep.
But it looks like there's a level crossing down there somewhere.
Yes.
I'll zoom in for people. We're not walking all the way down. And there's looks like a couple of sheds down there to have all the switch tools, isn't there?
Yes.
There's actually two down there. If there was telegraph poles here, if there was a siphon here, it's long gone. But there's some track behind if you look over there, there's some track behind the platform, so there must have been a siding going behind that platform. I'm just assuming that there must have been another siding going that side of that platform by the looks of it, Jules.
Yeah, I noticed that. That is a fair
Okay, yeah. It's just what's left of it. Of course, we're going to have another look at all this and let you know what we found out, right, Jules?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going back this way. It's a helicopter above us. And he's gone in a distance over there. Let's go back to the crane and have a better look, eh?
Yeah.
This is pretty much the unfortunate state of a lot of the railway stations on the South Australian network, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not unusual.
It's not unusual.
But at least it's an active line still.
Yeah, well, this is an active main line, so but they've done the right thing and left the crane, haven't they? Preserved it, right?
Yeah, I can't imagine deciding to see much use.
But you can see that they've removed something here.
They have.
And usually where the crane is usually where the goods platform is, and
Yeah.
usually where the goods sheds, the sheds on the platforms, and so this road coming in here would have gone to where they stored stuff. Who knows? We don't even know whether they would have had cattle yards or sheep yards. We don't know any of that. But this is what we see. And this block of concrete doesn't look cut down. See, like when we were out at Tanunda, for example,
Yep.
the goods crane was separate to the goods shed.
It was.
So it was used for loading.
Mm-hmm.
But that's because that's all it's left at Tanunda, but it's separate.
Yep.
And it looks like there might have been something here for loading as well, and that's what they did. And the actual thing, for those that are not aware, the actual crane runs on a bit of track itself.
Yes.
You know, I would have thought 5 tonne is not a lot, is it?
It's not a great, not these days.
No. But like I said, the hook's still there. The wheels are still up there. But you know, someone's pinched the plate off it, the maker's plate.
Yeah.
And the crank handle. Oh, but there is the brakes still on it.
Right.
Yeah. Brakes still on it. Background, the B doubles are going over the crossing behind me. But yeah, there's bits of cut off bolts and stuff on the ground here.
There he is.
So, and they're all rusted, so it's been a while. And what we're looking at here is the old sign for Mallala,
Oh, wow.
ARTC,
Yeah.
which was, is that current, ARTC?
Yeah.
I don't know what the sticker's covering up, but that's a quite modern sign too, isn't it?
Yes.
But, we're spending the day here in Mallala. If we find any more information, of course, we're going to put it in. But we're spending some time here today at Mallala, so obviously we're going to go on to the next place, eh?
Yeah.
What are they? Are they for like telephones or anything, Jill? You see those? They're like a.
I'd say the telephones.
That's like a telephone there, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's the old points there, the old
Yeah.
point switch. Is that left? It's got a padlock on it.
Mm.
And is that left over from the old system, or is that still part of the new system? It's got 17 on it. It just looks like the old telephone.
It has that look about it.
Call back to the station house, to the switch room or something, right?
Yeah.
Because we've noticed alongside that,
Yeah.
there's, if I can zoom in, you might just see it above the rail. There's the old push rod system going back to the old lever room. But as you can probably tell now, this is not manual anymore. They've taken the points lever away. Everything's been taken away. I think this is all.
Oh no! Hang on a minute. That's for getting permission to operate the siding.
Yeah.
The siding, there's a push lever there still.
There's still a push lever there, so that's the phone to ring back. Yes. Because there's no longer a station house there anymore.
No.
It's all controlled from some central place.
Correct.
That's why the telephone's still there. And this set of electronics here is for the boom controls. And they got the old, if you're looking across here, Joel,
yep.
There's concrete sleepers. So, like we said, this is the main line, and it's still active. So they're obviously replacing, because this is all concrete sleepers, the main line now.
Yes.
The siding's timber back there, but we don't know what this mound was, but just a mound of dirt. History piled into a mound of dirt. And forgive us if we get it wrong. We're new to this area. But we're down the other end of the actual corridor, the railway, yes. the goods yard.
Yes.
And we missed a bit. So that's what we're down here doing. We missed a bit. This is the other end of the goods yard.
And this part appears to be standard gauge, not a remnant of the old broad gauge.
Yeah, what you see in Google is the other end of the standard gauge. So this is actually, is this active?
The standard gauge sidings.
So it is technically...
Potentially it's active.
We've got a guy up there at there's some wheat silos over there, isn't there?
The wheat silos are to our left.
Yeah, so potentially this is active. Because this is standard, but what was the other section? Broad.
Well, this was all broad gauge until they ripped out the broad gauge when they put the standard gauge through.
Yeah, so that's what we're doing. This is the other end, the other crossing that we saw in the distance. Because
Yes.
we were down there at the...
Where the crane is.
That's the crane
distance.
down there. And yes, people walk through here with their dogs. So it's not like, you know, people walk through here with their dogs in the morning. So, and like I said before, the strange thing with South Australian Railway, especially out in the country areas, is there's no fences.
No fences.
And originally this would have been broad gauge. So,
yes, it was a broad gauge railway yard.
And it looks as though it's been, so it went past, this is the track that went past the goods crane.
Yes.
So it's all, so when they bulldozed all the track, and you see there's bits of tree over it. I mean, you couldn't get a train through there.
Well, not today.
Not
no.
today, yeah. So you see all these people walking through here, and someone's in the distance, you can see someone walking on the track there.
Yeah.
So this is just normal behaviour for everyone.
But that track there is a main running line. That's your main line.
That's the main running line to Perth. So, but we thought we'd come and show you the rest of this. So this is not the original. That's why you've got, I guess, concrete sleepers amongst it all.
Yeah.
I mean, they've used some of the original track probably. They've probably moved the tyres on them, haven't they?
19... Oh, it looks like they've used the original rail too.
The original rail, 1928?
1920, I'm seeing.
Yeah, 1928. I think I'm seeing 1928 there. Just in there. So it looks as though they just shifted the original track to put in their siding. For some reason, there's a shunt siding here.
Because it looks like it hooks into the main line, so that would make this standard gauge.
So yeah. That makes a lot of sense. You've got a bit of welding up over here too. I mean, here's the actual joiners, the old school joiners right here in the track.
Yeah.
They're the old school joiners. You see those a lot. So they're basically just shove this track over here and then put a stop at the end of it.
Exactly.
We come this way.
And then...
Look how half-assed these sleepers are. These are not sort of these are like they're gum trees. They're basically these are gum. They're not the stuff we usually see like in New South Wales. These are just what they can find. And there's the white ants have got those ones.
Mm-hmm.
So on this side you probably you'd be probably they'd be very let's just say they wouldn't want to be shunting up here if they could help it, right?
No. No.
And it doesn't look like there's been any train along there for a long time.
Very long time.
Very long time. And you can even see the track is sort of rusted, so it's been moved here. So you can see these juts in it. It's been attached before somewhere else. But you look on this side, and you can actually see a running line across it, can't you?
Yeah.
So there has been a track along there.
And there's a derailleur at the end of it, so it's...
Yeah, they're making sure that, and we'll go and see that in a minute because there's not really much else. That goes to the old goods.
Well, I was thinking of wandering up just to the crane.
Will we go wandering up to that crane again?
Crane, yeah.
And then come back?
And then come back.
Yeah, let's do that. I've got my car
And
key.
that way we can say we've covered the whole length.
Because you can see they've previously worked on there. There's an old washer, and they go on the.
Oh yeah.
They go underneath the
underneath the pegs.
Well, what do they call them? What was the official name for the nails they put in? Actually, no. These are the washers. These are the washers off the joiners.
Off the joints. Okay.
Yeah, off the joiners.
Yeah, I think they're called pegs.
That join. What go? No, well, the nails. I think these go through the bolts in the
To the bolts in the joining.
Well, wouldn't there be a switch here somewhere? This is pretty crude.
That's what I was wondering.
Because there's heaps of pegs here.
Yeah.
Bull ants' nest, and that's the end of the corridor. That's where we parked. But wouldn't there be a switch here?
One would think so. It is possible this siding, or this one's out of use. And let's have a look at this.
God, the switch has seen better days.
Yeah, there's no, the mechanism is all gone. And
they've bolted it in place.
It's bolted in place.
And it's bolted in place, so it's locked to go down the main line.
So
this siding
that runs into the main line.
Yeah, it's locked to go to the siding, it goes to the main line. This one going this way with the stop is
out of use.
Out of use because they've made this fixed.
Yep.
But yeah, so this track may still be in the original place when it was broad.
Yeah, could be.
But they've just narrowed it down to use for siding.
Standard, yeah.
To use the standard for maybe it's in some way if they really need it, you know, when one of the garns or one of the goods trains come through or something.
Yeah.
If they really, really need it.
Because what happens sometimes is something goes wrong with the wheels of a vehicle on the train.
Yeah.
And they have to take it off the train and park
but
it
look
in
at
the
this.
nearest siding.
You look at these bits of
that's quartz, isn't
bits of quartz. It's what you would see in the mining areas.
Yeah.
Maybe a lot of this this stone, this crushed rock, maybe it came from some of those places when they were mining.
Maybe.
You don't know, but it looks like similar stuff, and they've been under here for some reason. Look at it.
Oh, okay.
Someone's been under there.
Why?
I have no idea. Your guess is...
There's a culvert here. There's actually a pipe there.
So there's a culvert running across there.
Yeah, pipe running through.
All right.
It's not much of a pipe, but...
Oh, there's a car coming down here to the back door.
Not going to help with drainage, but... Again, if somebody drives down and asks us, that's fine. But
yeah, no, they're just going the back door. Like I said, a lot of these corridors get used for just transport to go and home and stuff, you know?
They do.
On the way to the pub.
Okay, so yeah, this is a... Yeah, this is a loop effectively.
It's a loop.
It ran it the main line up there, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a loop. They basically used the siding. It went through the goods platform, I made a loop out of it.
Yeah.
And you can see the line down the track here even more. It hasn't been that long since it's been used.
Yeah,
we've had a lot of rain recently.
Some rail vehicles been down there.
Well, they've had a look at it, haven't they?
Yeah.
But I'm not stepping across here, I'm stepping across the tracks.
No,
there's something else over there, but it's just all fenced off, isn't it? Yeah, it's been a nice walk around the town, isn't it?
It has been.
And this town has so much to offer with and a lot of northern, I guess the northern areas of South Australia, a lot of people don't know the history because it's been so long. And, you know, like most people, if you didn't get told, you wouldn't know.
No.
And you know, and everyone knows where the air base is now, but they didn't know that we had an air base at Gawler and we had an air base here.
Yeah.
And they were both big air bases.
Yeah, well, look, we're not talking, you know, huge, you know, B-52 type air bases.
No.
But they were aerodromes that were available for planes related to military activity in the war. So,
yeah, and they were training bases for the pilots,
yeah,
weren't
the
they?
one at Mallala was a training base.
Yeah.
And they used the Gawler field for landings as well. So the training runs.
Yeah. So, you know, I guess it's, and towards the end, and a lot of it, that didn't get dismantled, just like the railway infrastructure. A lot of that didn't get dismantled until the 80s, did it?
No.
Or to the late 70s. You were reading an article about how they were dismantling the planes and selling off all the the gauges and stuff.
That was sort of after the war.
At Gawler, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were selling off all the
navigation,
and the wheels and you know,
generators and.
Oh, was it pounds in those days or selling it off?
Yeah, it was in like, you know, £7 for this bit and
the airbase out here got turned into what's now the home of motorsport, the racetrack out here.
And in the meantime, it was used for 12 months as a migrant hostel.
Yeah, but again, there was, I don't know, but looking at the old pictures and the old maps, and that they had the places where they parked the planes, and there would have been, you know, 2 lots of 50 planes parked on either side of the airway, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
a runway.
It looked like it.
So it might have been over 100 planes parked out there, and they would have probably dismantled those as well as when they dismantled the Gawler ones. I'm just making assumptions here.
Yeah, that's plausible.
Because a lot of the stuff got scrapped. And, we do history here and we try and preserve some of it for you, and you like your rail and you like your World War II history stuff, but I guess when we're talking World War II history, the actual real stuff had to come to an end.
Yeah.
World War II came to an end and they scrapped everything.
Things got scrapped,
and a lot of this railway stuff that was built out here, that encompassed a lot of the World War II stuff as well. There was a reason for this being out here.
Well, this was out here because it was the main line, broad gauge line to Port Pirie.
Yeah.
And then
Port Pirie was one of the other ammunition factories was out there as well.
There probably would have been military traffic along this line.
Of course, we can't excuse that. You know, they did a lot of sheep in South Australia and a lot of cattle and
this is a wheat area
and
as well.
And so there was a lot of traffic running along these tracks.
Yeah.
And so no, I'm not saying it was just for World War II, but definitely munitions was moved along these tracks.
Yeah.
And the military moved along these tracks. So there was a lot of traffic between World War II, in World War II and the ending. And, like I said before in other videos, it's hard to believe that they moved loaded munitions up the tracks. We're 25 pounders.
Yeah.
Or even half a tonne, which they made in bombs out at Salisbury.
Yeah, it's very possible they moved this those that were along here?
Well,
Because you had to move them along rail or road.
they had to send them all. Actually, the bombs and the munitions at Salisbury were stored out at Smithfield ammunition stores, and that was all sent down the main line and out to the track down that way.
Well, yeah.
Out in that, which is now the housing development of McDonald Park. So, the deeper we get into the rail and the deeper we get into World War II for South Australia, the more we know there's an entanglement with all this, isn't there?
Yeah, it all ties in.
And it's just so amazing. But what saddens me a little bit, because you can tell there's bits of concrete here, what saddens me a bit is that they only left the crane here. They only left this amazing crane standing here.
It got left there because it was next to the siding. Somebody thought we may potentially use it one day.
Well, yeah, and it's got a 5-ton capacity, so they probably thought, well, why not? It's still a tool, right?
It's not here solely for historical reasons.
I mean, we'd like to think it was, but it's not.
It's not.
It still works. I mean, apart from the winch handle being missing, but that would be easy to acquire, it's all there. And we'll have one last look at the crane. Why not? Like I said, on this crane, somebody has lifted the manufacturer's plate and the tonnage plate, which was all in one, I think. Someone's long lifted that, and to the point that when they lifted it, they've actually painted over the tonnage on it. So it was done quite a fair time ago. And this is the old township stop sign when there was a platform here. So it's up there. Interesting enough, that would be on a platform. So being that it's concreted in, does that mean that this was a step down or step up platform at some point, or was that just put at the end of the goods yard?
I think that's there just as a location name. I don't think that indicates there was a platform here. In the broad gauge days, the platform was over there.
Yeah, the platform was over there for sure. So
I think that was just because it's got ARTC on it. I think that was just a location.
Yeah, well, it does have ARTC on it, so that was very much towards the end of everything, wasn't it?
Well, it still is
ARTC.
Yeah, ARTC owns it, and that's one of the reasons the sign is there.
Yeah. The other places we've seen the signs that are National Railways, which is long gone, right?
Well, yeah.
All right. Well, shall we start moving along the track again?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really hard to take photos.
We'll go and take a photo.
Because you don't want me in front of you.
Okay. Go ahead. Sorry, people. For some reason, my camera's seems to have locked on.
Okay.
All right, we'll keep going because we want to have a look at this crossing down here. Yeah. Is there anything else we can add for anyone?
I haven't got anything else.
I don't know what that is. This is a bit of flashing. It might have been from the old station, mate. Oh, the old the goods platform.
As you can see by the width.
Because they would have had. If you look, remember the ones from Tanunda?
Yeah.
They were all Besser brick, and they had Besser brick foundations as well, and they had flashing in them. So that was probably what it was.
There was definitely a goods platform here at some point.
Yeah.
Or there's indications in the track diagram that there was.
Yeah, it's really interesting. But it's been a while since anyone's been down this one.
And there was more sightings in the broad gauge days.
But what we can see over there is where the old platform used to be, and we've got the track diagram, and we will add it in. Be assured that the track diagram will be pasted in some format, right?
In some form.
Because I'm sure our viewers want to know what the sightings look like. So when you look at this nut, this bolt sitting on the ground, is it on camera? That one there, it's all galvanised. So one would think that would be a more modern bolt, wouldn't it?
One would think that.
That one's got 949, that piece of track. So yes, they've definitely reused the old track here for this loop, haven't they? Yeah. Someone said to us on our lives, Julie, that you're not going down for a walk down the track, are you? Unfortunately, some of these areas are really hard to be on a live because the internet connection's just not there. It's just simply not there in some of these, if you like, rural or country areas in South Australia. It's bad. It's hard enough just to get. Coverage where we are in some of the built up areas.
Correct.
Of course, in Adelaide City itself, the internet connection is great, isn't it? But once you leave,
then along North Terrace we had problems.
Yeah, North Terrace we had problems. So that's why it's really hard for us to actually do lives while we're along the tracks here. So our apologies for those people that expect us to do lives on our explorers of tracks.
Yeah,
but
there's limits to the technology.
Yeah, please watch our videos. I'm going to keep walking down here to the crossing and see what else we can find. But yes, all these houses just back onto it all. See the station mound is still there. It's quite big, isn't it? And that's that. If you like, that's the it's like you'd be mistaken to thinking it's a pillbox, but it's not. It's one of those places they stored all the tools and stuff. The railways used them,
Yes.
Just all switching tools and stuff. So there might have been a track that ran. I think by the looks of the track over there, there was a track running behind the platform on the other side as well. So there might have been. We're going to look up the platform.
What the diagram's telling me,
but that's what those are for. That's what they're for.
Yeah.
And there would have been a series.
To a tower that looks like communications.
It could be.
These days it's probably communications.
It might be what's in there now, but back in the day, being it's concrete, it might have been part of the railway.
Very possible.
Because back in 1942 or 1940, I can't see a reason for communications equipment there because it was all telephone through here.
Yep.
So that old telephone post up there, that would have been active, and they had like telephone lines that went up and down the line.
Yep, they did.
I don't know when radio came into the tracks.
Relatively recently. Like I'm not talking earlier than 21st century, but it was. Like,
and yes, they had radio back in the 1940s, but I don't know if
I don't think they were using it for like rail communication.
Yeah, or switching stuff. It was all done by the
telegraph and.
Yeah, and phone.
And phone.
And you'll see little boxes, and there was, on some of the stations you had station houses or station buildings and station masters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But out here, you're lucky to have a shed on the end of the platform, weren't you? Or a bunker like that with a telephone in it.
Yeah, exactly.
And like the crossing back there,
yep.
there still is a locked up phone, and you'll see that in the previous footage from this, and in some of the footage we've got now, you'll see there's a phone on the side of the tracks where there's a switch with a padlock on it, so that they can ring in to get permission to switch the tracks onto this loop line.
Correct.
But yeah, that's just, and they're still using phones along the railway. There's an old piece of pipe.
Oh yeah.
A bit of lead pipe there. I don't know. But yeah.
But Mallala was a busy location in its day, railway-wise. It's a centre for the surrounding districts. Your mail came through here.
Yeah.
Everything came through here.
Yeah, well, the postal service would have used it too, wouldn't they?
Yeah, well, that's what I read references to.
Well, you had
the
postal
outlying
vans.
areas came to the station to pick up the mail.
Well, you had postal vans on the trains.
Yeah.
And baggage compartments and all sorts of stuff, but you had parcel vans and whatnot. I remember that just from the New South Wales stuff. Everyone remembers the old track fast?
Okay, now from this angle I think I can get the crossover.
So, Julie's taking photos as we're walking down here. Bits of old. I saw some coal along here. Yes. I mean, it does look like a very interesting track diagram when you showed it to me. Very interesting. But most of these sleepers have got white ants in them. You can see why they're changing them over to concrete. They're all disintegrating. But well, sorry, I'm just waiting for Julie. She's down there taking photos. I can show you. She's just down the end of the tracks taking photos. Let's come up to this crossing. I might show you what they used for a, I guess a stop on the end of the tracks here. That's quite interesting. Just a piece of solid steel. I don't know where they got it from. Have a look. Obviously they reused something from what might have been here originally. There's garbage and stuff through here too. This is what they've used for the end of the track. It's a piece of... Oh, it's still got the... Whoa! It's still got... if you like, it's still got bits for the track to go on. Oh, they're welded on. I was thinking that might have been from an old turntable. But they've been welded on. So they've used whatever they've had on hand for this, haven't they? To rebuild this, or build this end of the track. And there's a piece of concrete in there, and more. So We'll go up here and have a look at this crossing. Which is still active. And there's that, well actually this bit's not active because this has got the, if you like, the switch and the stop. Where's the switch? I think the switch is underneath that pipe work, the switch work. See if I can see in there. Actually it's going right across there. That stuff I don't understand, but yeah. And it looks as though the yard went further down maybe, because you're seeing a pathway along there originally. But that just goes under there and goes across there for some reason. There must have been a switch over there. Or this is part, no, this is the switching mechanism here. So I'm just discovering all this stuff. It's the first time I've been here, so quite interesting. And then down that way it goes back into the main line. I'm walking back with it and we're having a look at the crossing because, like on the other end, the loop and the cross and the siding were bolted into place. Yes. So then, yeah, but have a look at this. And have you seen this one, Jules? This one's still active.
Yep.
And it's electric.
Oh yeah, it is too.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. I got it.
And it switches the other side. There's a mechanism that runs to the active track.
Yeah.
I'm wondering whether those lights on that side, because there's no boom on this crossing. There's no booms.
Yep.
I'm wondering whether, if this switch goes,
yes,
or the train comes along here, these lights are mechanically have something to do with the switch, because
yeah,
you've got
probably
the switch here.
Because if you're moving a vehicle onto the siding, you need the road closed. So, yeah.
Well, you need well, as soon as this switches, you need the lights to come on, because you know there's a train, loco or whatever.
So some rail vehicle
coming across this crossing.
Yep.
Well, that would make a lot of sense.
That makes a hell of a lot of sense.
They've used some of the old sleepers, the old pipe work that was around here. And these have got, is that national? These sleepers have got national railways on them.
Oh, National Rail, yeah, they have too.
They got National Railway on these.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the National Rail.
Okay then, we're on to the next place.
Yeah, I'm just going to take a couple more photos and
then you've got your
heading back to the car. And
yeah. I don't know where this is going, the footage. There's a brass plate on that you might want to photograph for people.
That plate, yeah.
That looks like, is that National Rail, or is that ARTC?
I don't know, I'll get a closer look.
Alright, well, Julie's just said that she photographed it and it's a manufacturer plate by Hayes?
Hayes, yeah.
Yeah, so
for the derail equipment.
The rail equipment. So it wasn't by National Railways, it wasn't by ARTC. So it's the manufacturer of the derailing equipment.
ARTC would have contracted them to install it.
Okay then. Anyway, and we've got this
is the wheat loop.
This is the wheat loop.
In fact, you can see through those trees the siding for the
loop. There's a siding over there. Let's see if I can zoom in for
big loop round.
Let's
goes
see
under those loading bins.
So you can actually see the siding, that line going across the picture. I'm not sure if I can show you with my finger. There's a line going through there, and that's the siding that goes to the wheat silos.
Yep.
All right then, we're on to the next place.
Yep.
All right, we're going. All right.
I think it's recording.
Yeah, it's recording. We're back today. We're just crossing the tracks. There is something we forgot in our video previously.
Well, we didn't forget. I just did some more digging and I found it.
Actually, down there is the wheat.
That's the road to the current wheat loop.
And if you
I
show
swing
them out
around,
that way, you can see the track.
The wheat loop's there behind those trees.
Okay, so, and the trucks go through there to load wheat.
Yeah.
But what's down here is, this is the side where the passenger platform was.
So if you're coming in to catch a train from here, this is where you would drive in. This is a public road, and up here, the other side of this communications tower was the turn in for the station. I don't know if we can access it now, but
there's a heap of houses over here. I'll do a flip round. We'll just walk over there. Still
yeah, the turn in was in there.
Yeah. What was in there?
Yeah.
Where that little path is. But
Yeah.
let's just do a turnaround and I'll park on the other side and we'll get out.
Yeah.
It's even got paving right up to it, but you know.
Oh well.
And it's been rather wet through here, so
Yeah.
oh, wait up. I know I've got messages. It's a problem when you got two phones, you know. Okay. Alright.
I'll leave it.
Yeah. Just putting that there. Leave my bag in the car. You can hear the cars in the distance on the highway. Julie's just getting her stuff together. Oh, there's a big plate for a drainway. There's another one through here. It's like a, oh, it goes under the footpath and a little stream running through there from the drain.
Which is very important around here.
And then you've got like a square outlook where a piece of concrete was.
Yes.
Looks like a piece of concrete there. Rotted away. Even concrete rots in the end, doesn't it?
Eventually.
So this is where the cars used to come. If you're catching a train and you're a passenger, this is the driveway you'd come into. And over there is the mound for the platform.
Yes. Yes.
And again, this is an active line, and here's some old concrete.
Oh yeah, yep.
There are still fingerprints here, and this is what we talked about before. Fingerprints. Look at the tower. The size of that. It's a beam, like is it on the top of very top of that is an omnidirectional. There's an omnidirectional one, and there's two beams below it, a UHF and probably a VHF.
Mm-hmm.
So what they're using this this like bunker looking object here is part of that repeater system. Maybe it's for the wheat or something.
Could be.
Maybe it's part of the rail network, I don't know. Maybe I'll have a look on it, but I don't think there's any identification on it. But apart from old bottle caps laying on the ground here, I don't even know where that's from. Apart from old bottle caps that look like they would have twisties. Twist only, I don't know what the Southern Cross is, but apart from old bottle caps, around here there's not much really left from this old platform, is there?
Yeah, 1980 was the last passenger services through here.
Yep.
Back in the broad gauge days.
Yeah, remember that the passenger services ran on broad gauge because it was the narrow, the standard gauge that they set the wheats running on. This is all standard gauge going through here, and the standard gauge came through in 82.
82. Basically, they closed the broad gauge tracks down. The diagram that I'm going to put up on the website is the broad gauge track layout. They took all that out and replaced it with what's there now, which is all standard gauge.
And we've done the map. We will be inserting the map for the track diagram into this video. And we can see there's tar here.
This is the old platform.
This is the old platform. There's the platform tar here, still here.
This is the edge end where it slopes down.
Yeah, and we're walking up. I guess you can imagine
Oh,
You were here in 1980. We've seen in 1980s when it closed, and I've seen a picture. It says circa 1955, but I think it could have been a tiny bit later. But anyway, Bobby puts the car in the background. But you would walk up here, and you would get to somewhere around here. Looking at this is where the tar sort of finishes on this edge.
Yes.
And there would be a ticket booth.
The ticket building was straight ahead.
So it would be a ticket building here somewhere because this tar's finished here. Oh, there's more tar.
It was quite a long platform.
It was a very long platform. And the first thing you'd come across walking up here would have been the destination sign was on the side.
There would have been a destination sign
on our right.
Somewhere. That was in the old picture.
And they've taken all the edge away from it. It's just a mound. It's very wet. It's been raining. It's going into spring here in South Australia, and all you get is a lot of rain before then.
Yeah, we are this year.
Oh, there's a bit of like hardy pope. Interesting. Laying on the ground. Interesting. But yeah, I like when I come to some of these sites and you start looking for the fingerprints, start looking for the history left behind. And if we remember rightfully, there was there's the crane, and but in front of that was a shed. So if you look,
thinking that was one end of the goods platform.
Yep.
The other end of it was
down here somewhere.
If you see where my fingers
because you
pointing,
had there was some silos.
We had three silos, and then that were marked on the old track diagram.
But here we had
there was another two marked on.
But
Google
you had
Earth.
a goods platform, and on the other end of it, you had like a covered section. That went
over
that went over the actual track and the trains.
Over the track,
a bit like if you've seen our video on Anguston, where they had that one there, and then you would have had almost like a storage area there.
Yes.
And I don't know, it's not rather flat anymore, so it looks as though they've really run the bulldozer through this one, haven't they?
Oh, that'd be no surprise.
There's lots of road ballast up on the mounds, and I'm not walking over there, so you don't know where that goes. It probably goes off to nothing. And some old 44-gallon drums over there and bits and pieces. There's some track laying. There's some track.
The station building would have been somewhere in this vicinity.
So you would have got to here somewhere, but this looks like so the mound doesn't exist. It's like the mound's been removed.
Yeah.
The mound where the platform is. There's no more. My feet are getting wet, but that's part of the job when you're a YouTuber.
It is.
But and there's some track laying there, which is they've been cutting it up. But what's the date on those tracks? I mean, that's another interesting thing. But they used a lot of this track for other things. That shed over there looks like the shed from the works depot, doesn't it?
It sort of does.
Because alongside the platform was down in that direction, actually beyond that crane, there was like a works shed. I mean, the picture we've seen.
And it looked a similar structure.
It looked a similar structure to that. Look how high this track is. This track has really got a high profile to it.
Yeah, it does rather.
Yeah, it does. Very rusty. I can't see any dates on it. All right, well, let's not get too...
The silos were there.
Right, so the silos were there in that wider area.
Yes.
And there's only one set of them, wasn't there? It was like, there was...
Yep.
Like
there was four of them.
There was four of them. And there was like a winching area where they, like a hopper brought the silo,
area in the middle.
Yeah.
Now the Google Earth historic imagery also says there was two silos further down.
Yep.
But I haven't marked them on the map because I wasn't sure whether they went back to the broad gauge days or not.
Well, let's keep wandering down here a bit further on and get on the platform area. Is there anything else that we can remember about this? Because I guess the building would have been sitting here somewhere.
Somewhere here, yeah.
And there was something behind it. And there were, stobie poles that ran all the way down here, and telegraph poles, because remember, in the early days of the railway, they even used telegraph.
Yes.
And a lot of things were done in the early days simply by phone. Radios came on, radio communication came a lot later after that. But when they were talking to station staff, a lot of it was done by a telephone.
By a telephone, exactly.
And if you needed someone to switch the tracks or the siding, whether it was...
You had to phone up
and organise that to get done.
And they then sent someone out.
If they had a lever room, then it would be done on the platform. But if they had to switch it on the tracks, they'd go down to the other end.
Yes.
And go to the lever, and then someone would have to switch it physically.
Yes.
But this is we were discussing how to look at the railway, and firstly I need to apologise. And Julie said to me, "Oh, yeah," but the reality is that through the video we may have not pronounced the township name properly, and it's because we haven't had a lot of experience with the name, and I may have said Mallala instead of Mallala, and
until we started hearing people pronounce it, that's when we learnt.
Yeah, so Mallala was put on the map. I guess the significance of this area is that it's a central. It's central to a lot of areas of farming.
But it also gained importance in World War II.
It gained importance in World War II, because Mallala and Gawler were RAF training bases. They trained pilots.
Well, the training base was here at Mallala, and they used Gawler Airport
as another storage.
Yeah.
And there was quite a number of planes stored at both Gawler and Mallala. No, there's no train coming. And, the South Australian Railway Network, well, let's face it, the SRA and Tasmanian Railway were bought up or how do I explain that?
Back in the Whitlam era, the federal government in Australia offered to buy the state railways to create a national system, but only Tasmania and South Australia took the federal government up on that offer and sold their railways onto them.
Yeah, so the actual South Australian government sold it to National Railways.
And that was around 1978.
And there's lots of argument to, that was for the reasoning and what happened afterwards, but the reality is this, that it was sold to National Railways. And the reality is, to a lot of people, it meant the end of passenger rail.
Now, can I just throw in there, the goal
not all passenger rail.
The goal wasn't to wreck the state railway systems. The goal was to create a common national railway system.
And a common gauge.
A common gauge, a common set of rules for running the trains, etc., which was a brilliant idea. But there's been a lot of state jealousies throughout Australian history, and only 2 of the states took them up.
Yeah, and look, the last passenger service was out of here in 80?
In 80, 2 years after it was sold to the federal.
Yet in some platform areas, it was 79 or earlier.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's probably because passengers stopped using trains.
That's the basic problem.
And a lot of these areas, yes, freight goods come out of them, and they're still running freight out of Mallala.
Yeah.
Mallala. I just did it again. Sorry, Mallala. They're still running.
Except instead of loading wheat at the silos here that are not there now, they're running trains into a separate, what they call balloon loop, to pick up the wheat.
Which is
silos
other side of those trees over there. Those big clump keep going over there. There's huge silos over there, and the trucks come over this crossing and go out to, or they come the other way.
Yeah, it's a more efficient way of doing things.
And they've got their own line. This line has passenger services still running through it.
But they just don't stop.
They just don't stop here. But this line has the Indian Pacific,
the Garn,
and the Garn, and other freight services hurtling down here at 100 kilometres an hour.
Sydney, freight services to Alice Springs,
well,
Darwin,
if you're going,
Perth,
well,
and then that way to
Adelaide,
Melbourne.
Adelaide and Melbourne are that way.
Yeah.
And you can go to Sydney.
Sydney's this way.
Sydney's this way, is it?
Yep.
Oh right, because you've got to go out through there. My stupidity, because there's a T-intersection, they travel north again.
Yeah, geography isn't Bridget strong.
Well, I know
she's doing well.
I know that Adelaide's that way, and I know that Perth's that way.
Yes.
But
Darwin's
I assume,
that way, Sydney's
and as
that
we
way.
we do drive north, but we just get in our cars and we drive north.
We sort of drive north a little way and then head east.
Yeah, and with rail, it comes straight out here.
Go north. And then up round Crystal Brook, I think.
Yeah.
That's where they turn east to go to Sydney.
So look, the standard gauge is still here, and if so be it that the National Railways, well, it's not, it's ARTC now, isn't it?
ARTC owns the rail corridor and tracks here.
Yeah.
Different companies run the trains.
Because they're privatised with the goods, the freight services.
Correct.
But if say National Railways, is National Railways still a company?
No.
No, it's not. So it would have to be up
if
to...
a company decided to run a passenger train...
It would be ARTC and...
They would contact ARTC...
And South Australian Government.
And arrange to purchase a corridor, a pathway for their train.
They'd have to book it and purchase the time and purchase everything. It's a little bit like mobile phones, you know. It's all got their separate entity. Yeah. And there is still enough room here to set up platforms.
Oh, yes, they could.
So it's not... See, a lot of the places we go to, and this is the sad part of it, they've ripped all the tracks up, they've ripped all the station houses, the platforms, and in some areas they've sold off part of the corridor and a company's using that corridor in some section, which is sad. But right here, there's nothing to say that if the government so wanted it...
To give you an idea...
There couldn't be... Don't go over the side there.
Chill, I know what I'm doing.
You want me to put you on film?
Yeah, put me on film, yeah.
Please be careful, because there's an edge there somewhere.
I know there's an edge there somewhere.
And it's in the grass.
That's what I'm wanting to illustrate. Right, I think where I'm standing looks like the edge of the platform.
Right.
In the broad gauge days, this is the platform edge. You had the track along the platform.
That was a track bed.
Then you had a second track right next to it.
And that one over the light, that's the siding. That's the wheat loop. That's the goods and wheat loop.
Yeah.
So it'd be 3 tracks in front of us.
Yes. Where you see the existing track, that was somewhere in between
and
the other tracks
were. We go by old technology, right?
Yeah.
And how many feet was it? Because we didn't have back in the days when this was done and the track diagrams set up. This is not meters. This is feet.
This is feet. Yes.
Let's come over this way, away from the edge.
The loop line, as they call it, between the main line and the track next to it. One was the main line, one was the loop line.
Let's keep going.
That was a distance of about 1,840 feet.
And how long was the platform?
That I haven't worked out.
Bloody long, from what I've seen in pictures.
It was a good chunk of that length.
The station house was timber, not brick like some of them, but they're all basically the same design.
Yeah.
They had the male toilet on one end,
in fact,
they had that waiting room in the middle, and then like a sitting room and a toilet for the ladies, and then they had the station house, the station master's rooms and the staff rooms, and at the end of that they had some had a ticketing booth on the end, and some had it in the waiting room.
To illustrate,
but it was just a window they put in with a little brass, a pass-through slot.
And to illustrate that similarity, when Bridge looked at one of the two old pictures,
but this one had the
station,
this one I think had the ticketing booth on the end of it with a little cover around it.
Yeah, Bridge actually thought it was Angaston Station she was looking at.
They looked
very
so similar, and that's the thing. And like,
but the roof line was different.
Yeah, but at Tanunda, it's brick, isn't it?
Yeah,
or stone. Like, let's not get it wrong, because there are people out there going to go, "It's not brick, you idiot. It's stone."
After we filmed, I'm going to go and take some pictures.
So, Mallala is a lovely town that still exists.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And the rail still exists. Sad to see that the platform has gone for passengers, and I guess it would have been some accountant somewhere said, you know, that the 3 to 5 passengers they might have been getting wasn't enough to keep the lights on. And I'm not trying to be insultive, but in the end, it comes down to how much business are we making from this.
Somebody's got to pay the bills.
And we've got 5 or 3 staff manning that platform.
Yep.
Can we afford to pay the bills and keep the power on? And someone's made that decision, not me.
Yeah.
And
here, though.
and I'm actually imagining what it would have been like to watch the steam trains.
Oh yeah.
And I guess in 80s it would have been diesel, wouldn't it?
It would have been diesel.
Because there were no electric and no wires put out here. Only recently we've had wires put in up as far as Gawler.
Yeah.
And that's only been
And down
2024.
Exactly.
So if there was a passenger service here, it was either steam or it was diesel.
Yes.
And just imagine...
or rail cars. It was diesel rail cars.
Oh, diesel rail cars. And just imagine the sound and imagine what it would have been like to be waiting for a train here and hearing that diesel engine coming up.
You'd see, looking down towards the level crossing, what you'd see first is probably the smoke from the steam engine back in the 1950s.
And you'd hear the noise and the whistle.
And then you'd hear the noise and the whistle going across the level crossing and then slowing down for the platform.
So this I guess we're just retracing the history and we're sharing it with you. And this is still a lovely town and it still has freight. And they still have road freight here as well.
Yeah.
So...
And standing here on the old platform, I don't get an impression of this as a dead place.
Oh, it's a lovely township.
It's an active railway corridor.
And as for the end of, if you look at the reason for the town being here, or if you want to say not the reason, the town was here because it was a farming community.
Yeah.
And then in the war, as I said, we had the airport out. It's now the race course.
Yeah, it's been used for
It's now the
motorsports.
racetrack for motorsport. And, you know, I guess what I'm trying to say is even that racetrack is now utilised by the townspeople, and people come here because it's the home of motorsports, and they have, if you like, events for motorists, you know, like collectors and different classic car events.
We're not sure what or how often. That's not our current interest.
We're not, but so that got utilised, and now the airface is at Edinburgh, and they closed down Gawler and they closed down the RAF out here, and it's now a racetrack, and they use the exact runways as the racetrack.
Correct, yeah.
And the platforms are gone here, but freight still runs from here in wheat and by road for everything else.
That's what I'm saying.
And this town is still surviving.
Oh, absolutely.
And a beautiful town.
What we're seeing is disused infrastructure where we're standing, but this is not a dead location railway-wise.
Anyway, so we thought we'd have some final moments with this and show you what it looks like, because you would be parking your cars here.
Yeah.
And we've looked at, and we're going to put some stuff up on the website, and including the map, like I'll have in this video.
The map will be the next thing I'll put up.
And we'll do a bit of and Julie will hopefully do a bit of a write-up. But it's just nice to remember and look at the footprints of this history.
Yeah.
And Julie's going to get some photographs now. And I hope wherever you are in the world, if you're from South Australia, if you're from Melbourne, Sydney, if you're over in Germany, if you're in London, even if you're in America, I hope you're having a wonderful day. And if you're asleep, I hope you enjoy your sleep.
Getting on to sleep now.
Yeah, well, right now you'd be getting on to sleep, and I hope you have a lovely sleep.
Yeah.
But I'm Bridget from Lost in South Oz.
I'm Julie.
Bye for now.